What's the deal, YouTube? What's the deal? What's the deal? What's the deal, y'all? Welcome and welcome back to the channel. Let me show y'all something real quick. You know, they doing all this shit to the Mexican community. I went and bought me a motherfucking Mexican hat. You know what I'm saying? I bought me a Mexican hat. The Paisa hat. You know what I'm saying? Nigga went and bought a Paisa hat. You know what I'm saying? But I gotta be careful wearing this shit. Cause you know, a nigga kind of look Mexican a little bit. I don't want to be wearing this shit. Nigga get snatched up, grabbed up. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Hey, but nah, the reason why I'm making this video, right, is to tell y'all, if you may not be familiar with the law in the United States, you know what I'm saying? If you may not be familiar with the law in the United States, whether I am black, white, Mexican, Asian, Arab, whatever, if I pick up a gun and shoot somebody in the fucking face and kill them, right? And I happen to go through life and get away with that shit for about a year or 2 years. And then I have kids, I got a family and all this shit, you know what I'm saying? And then I'm sitting at breakfast with my wife and my kids for shooting a motherfucker. Hold on, let me finish. I'm sitting at breakfast with my wife and my kids, right? And then the fucking police running that bitch after investigating what I've done in the past. And they motherfucking grab me up, hit me up, throw me all on the ground because they don't know how to approach me because I may have a pistol on me. They be extra aggressive, throw me all on the ground, arrest me, take me to jail, and charge me with the crime which I committed 2 years ago. That's what happens when you commit a crime. You see what I'm saying? So, you may be asking yourself, why are you talking about some whole other shit? As you can see by the title of the video, I don't know what the title of the video is, but as you can see by the title of the video, you know what I'm saying? If you do a crime, you're gonna go to jail. There's consequences for that shit. So, for anybody that's feeling bad about anybody that's getting deported or detained by ICE and getting taken back across the border, that's what happens when you do a crime. It's not because they're Hispanic or because Donald Trump is racist. If you're black and you do a crime can be you in the country illegally. Because no Americans can go to a different country without a passport or none of that shit. Once you get off the plane, you got to let them know. Once you even get on the plane, you got to let them know, I'm going to be here for this amount of days. I'm going to be back on this day. You know what I'm saying? This is my address here. This is my address I'm going to be at while I'm out here. You got to let them know all that shit. You can't just get on the plane and go to another country and just be in another country and just getting the resources. And it's people, it's Latinos talking about, oh yeah, fuck the United States, my country's better, we're only here for the resource, this and that. What type of selfish ass shit is that? And you want black people to get out there and protest with y'all when y'all pretty much saying, fuck you and your country? You know what I'm saying? I'm only here because I can take $1 here and it's 8 pesos in Mexico or however it works. You know what I'm saying? Because you could take $1 here and make 8 pesos in Mexico. You saying fuck the United States, fuck everybody in this country. What type of shit is that? And then y'all be racist as fuck to black people like y'all are better than us. Y'all be racist to us like y'all are better than us when y'all only know what y'all been told by the media. We have all been programmed with the media, but black people take the initiative to study what's being told to them so they can see the truth. Nobody's going to want to look for the truth if the lie is saying that, oh, black people are dumb, you're better than black people, they're dumb, they're ugly, they stink, all this shit. You're going to think you're better than them. You're not going to look into your history or your research. You're going to think that you're automatically better than a black man or a black woman because of what you've been told. And we all been lied to through the media. You know what I'm saying? But this video ain't about that, but it is, though. Everybody that's complaining and saying, oh, they're grabbing us up and I'm going to post that real quick. I was about to go somewhere, but let me let this energy flow. For everybody that's saying, oh, they're being fucked up to Mexicans, they're deporting Mexicans, all this shit. Nigga, if you're a criminal, bro, if you're a criminal and you go somewhere and do a crime, you're going to get consequences for that shit. You're going to get consequences for that shit. Just because you did that crime, you got comfortable because you got away, you start having kids and you got a job or whatever, you know what I'm saying? You got you a spot and all this shit. You got comfortable. You know what I'm saying? You got comfortable when you did that crime. When after you do that crime and you get comfortable, it's because you're comfortable. That does not exempt you from the consequences of that crime. So if you're not legal to this country, you're an illegal immigrant, and you're over here and you're doing all this shit. Not to mention that you're over here just taking advantage of the resources, making it harder for the people that are here illegally. Y'all come from a place where y'all move different. You know what I'm saying? Y'all come from a place, a country where it's no laws, it's no lines on the road, it's no none of that shit. So y'all trying to bring that energy over here to the United States. That makes it harder for us. You know what I'm saying? Makes it harder for us being white people, Asians, all the people that are here legally. But besides that, for black people, what everybody else does that makes it harder for us, they don't fucking pay attention. They have a different genetics. So they don't know when they're too close to you or on your bumper making you feel a type of way or cutting you off and now you're getting a little bit of anxiety. That's what black people have to deal with. This is our planet. So while motherfuckers are protesting and fucking up the planet, all this shit, black people are just sitting back like, wow, look at these motherfuckers. And we're sitting back not doing shit, not protesting, not looting, none of that shit. And motherfuckers still find a way to bring us into the shit. Oh, black people are the ones looting. We're not fucking looting. We're not even outside, bro. We're not even outside. And to the people that are outside getting snatched up, or to the illegal immigrants that are getting snatched up, if you do a crime, you're going to get arrested for the shit. This is the United States. If you do a crime, you're going to get arrested for the shit. Just like if you're Hispanic and a black person snatches your fucking purse, you're going to call the police and you're going to want that black person to go to jail because he just did a fucking crime. He just did a crime. So if you're Hispanic and you're here illegally and ICE, etc., the government, etc., comes and snatches you up and tries to take you back to your country, and you're like, oh, what are you doing? You should be okay with a motherfucker stealing your shit and you calling the police and the police not doing nothing about it. Because that's pretty much what you're saying. That's pretty much what you're saying. You don't want the police, you don't want the law to do their job. Okay, of course, fuck the law. And if y'all feel like it's fuck the law, fuck the government, we need to unite. It need to be like that all the time. It don't need to be like, oh, we need to unite just when Mexicans are going through some shit. Because black people go through some shit all day, every day. Just being around y'all. And we just deal with this shit. You see what I'm saying? We just deal with this shit. Got my motherfucking Paisa hat on, nigga. With the trees on this shit. With the bandana. I started to get the Mexican shit. But shit, nigga. There's too much going on out here, and I kind of look Mexican a little bit. If you just look at a nigga quick, but I got locks and all this shit, but if you just look at a nigga quick when I have my curly shit, you be like, nigga, Puerto Rican or something. But besides all that though, right? If you do a crime, you're gonna do the motherfucking time, man. It's not racist, it's not fucked up, it's just what it is. Can't nobody in this country go to another country and just set up camp in another country without the proper documentation, etc. So if you got the proper documentation, etc., that's cool. That's cool, but if you don't, you gotta go, bro. You gotta go. And that's just what it is. It's not like a motherfucker being racist because they're telling you gotta go back to your country. And it's not like they're sending you back somewhere where you're not used to. They're not sending you to jail. They're just telling you to go back to your fucking country. And Hispanics are racist as fuck. Everywhere you go in California, I didn't even fucking know this shit. It's 15 million Mexicans in the state of California. California is the most populated state in the United States by Hispanics. Out of all of the states in the United States, California has the highest population of Mexicans, 15 million. It's only 2 million black people in California. So everywhere you go in California, it's fucking Mexicans. Everywhere, bro. Everywhere you go in California, it's Mexicans. Because it's 15 million Mexicans divided all over the fucking state. And that's just the state of California. What the fuck? That's why you're going to Church's Chicken to get some Louisiana fried chicken, and it's a Mexican in the kitchen cooking this shit. You're going to Gage and Figueroa to get some fucking soul food, and it's a Mexican in the kitchen cooking this shit. You're going to go get some hibachi, it's a Mexican cooking this shit. You're going to go get some sushi, it's a Mexican cooking the shit. And I guarantee you they don't speak no fucking English, just enough to communicate with the manager or the boss. And motherfuckers are wondering why they're deporting Mexicans back to their country. What the fuck are they doing that's so fucked up? Y'all want black people to get out there and do all this shit. We're not participating in that shit. We're not. Even if I got my Paisa hat on, I'm still not going down and protesting. You see? I'm not. So this video is just to tell y'all, man. If you do a crime, you're gonna do the motherfucking time. You ain't gonna get it. If you do the crime, if I shoot somebody right now, or if I violate somebody, anything, etc., and I get away with it for a few years because they're investigating me to make sure they got a proper evidence, and then they just say, fuck it, we about to arrest this nigga, and they get me, I can't be like, oh, they're racist, and start protesting. And how the fuck you gonna protest when you're not even a legal citizen? You're supposed to protest when the government, law enforcement is doing some shit that's unjust to the people in your state, your country, etc. But if you're here illegally, that's like me going to Mexico illegally, right? I'm in Mexico And I'm like, damn, they ain't got no fucking roads they ain't got no lines on the road. It's just dirt. We're just driving on dirt. I don't like this shit. I'm gonna start fucking protesting that. I don't like the lines on the road. You know what I'm saying? I don't like this shit. I don't like the lines on the road. I don't like that y'all have dirt roads and there's no lines. I'm gonna go to Mexico and I'm gonna go protest in Mexico. I'm not even from that country. I'm gonna go protest in Mexico and complain about some shit that they got going on in Mexico. I'm only complaining because I was in Mexico, right? And then somebody told me, like, hold on, bro, you're black. You have to go back to America and just come back when you got the proper paperwork. You get your passport, all this shit, get your ID, and you can come back. So I'm like, hold on. You telling me I got to go back to the United States because I'm not a legal citizen in Mexico? Fuck that. I'm about to protest. I don't like how the roads is fucked up. You know what I'm saying? I don't like how the dollar is pesos instead of dollars. I'm going to protest about some shit y'all got going on in this country, and I'm here illegally. Even though I don't have no citizenship to even protest, I'm still going to protest because we're deep as fuck. You see? We're deep as fuck. That's why they so comfortable being racist to black people, because it's 15 million of these motherfuckers in not just the United States. This is just the state of California. So if California is full of dumbass people, not just Mexicans, black people, all that shit, and it's the majority of people are Mexicans, it's gonna seem like California is full of dumbass Mexicans. You see what I'm saying? If everybody in the state is just fucking fried, because the Hollywood shit, all the bullshit, everybody just fried, right? Everybody just dumb as fuck in that state. And if the majority of that state is Hispanics, it's gonna seem like it's just a bunch of dumb Mexicans. You know, you see what I'm saying? not you know, but you see what I'm saying? Not just saying like that it's just a bunch of dumb Mexicans in LA, but if it's just a bunch of dumbass people doing some shit in the community, and most of that community is Mexican, it's gonna be a bunch of dumbass Mexicans doing some shit in that community. And we live in fucking LA, California. It's 15 million fucking Mexicans in the state of California, bro. That's why you go anywhere, it's gonna be Mexicans cooking your fucking food anywhere in California. And if it's a black person that get the job, they're gonna make the motherfucking feel uncomfortable. I went to the Dollar Tree right now. I was getting some fucking tweezers and the pack was open. Yeah, like a little combo pack of tweezers, all the little shit, the nail clippers. But the pack was open, so I asked the person, like, can I just give y'all a couple cents for this? I just need the tweezers, you know what I'm saying? I just need the tweezers. And that's a Mexican right there. It's inconsiderate. That's what they do all day. Black girl backing up right now. Instead of them waiting, they're gonna just pull all in the fucking way. That's what they do. But yeah, I'm like, yeah, can I get these tweezers? And he's like, okay, let me call the manager. He's speaking to me in English. I'm like, okay, you can call the manager. I'm just like, you know, I start doing some other shit while the manager's walking over there. And this nigga just get to talking in Spanish. I look, and the manager's talking back to me in Spanish. I'm like, she don't speak no English? And he's like, oh no, she only speaks a little bit of English. And I'm like, she the manager? He like, yeah, that's the manager. She walk up to me, get this shit out my hand, and she get to talk to Spanish to the nigga. I look at her, I'm like, when I tell her, I was like, I look at her, I'm like, solo poquito English, mucho español? She was like, sí, solo poquito English. I'm like, manager? And she just started smiling and shit, and then she walked off. And I told the motherfucker, like, this the man, and there was a black dude behind me. I'm like, that's crazy. The manager shouldn't even speak no English. How are you the manager? How can you manage a store when you can't even communicate with the customers that's walking in? How can you manage a store when you can't properly communicate with the customers that are walking in? What the fuck? And this is what's going on in California, and you wonder why Donald Trump are deporting the illegal immigrants? Because there's Mexicans out here. That's cool. That is cool. And these Mexicans that are out here can speak English and Spanish. You can communicate with them. Donald Trump is deporting the fucking immigrants that can't speak no English, that are here for the resources, here to work. That's why you have a hard time ordering your fucking food. You got to go back 2 or 3 times if they're fucking up your order, because they're not from this country. They don't even speak no fucking English. They can't even read this shit on the receipt that's telling you no cheese, no mayonnaise on your shit. They put this shit anyway. You come back in there mad because they fucked up your order. Now they're giving you bad vibes, bad energy. Oh, a mad black man, a mad black woman. I'm not mad, motherfucker. Y'all are just not paying attention. And everywhere you go, it's just motherfuckers not paying attention. Especially if you're in California. Because California's population is 15 million Mexicans. What the fuck? In California, bro. Let's Google this shit, man. Let's Google this shit. I ain't gonna make this video too much longer, because the nigga is about to smoke this Blue Lotus. California's Hispanic population. Let's see, man. And we're going to see California's black population. California Hispanic community in 2025. Let's see what this shit is talking about. You wonder why Trump is deporting these motherfuckers back to their country. Let me Google this shit the right way. You see I got the fucking Paisa hat on. Nigga ain't playing no games, bro. I don't feel like cutting on the AC. I'm about to just stand outside in the sun with my shirt off, with my Paisa hat on, smoke some weed, nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm about to do. This shit like the fucking Twilight Zone. I ain't got nothing against Mexicans, bro. But the fucking immigrants, it's like, god damn, nigga. What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? No, this shit ain't just said what I think it said. All right, see, I'm trying to find it for 2020, for 2025, right? Got this AC on real quick. Nigga trying to find it for 20. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I got you. Let's see. Cause look. Look at this shit. Residents of the state of California who are full or partial Hispanic or Latino ancestry as of 2020 U.S. Census. As of the 2020 U.S. Census, Hispanics and Latinos of any race were 39.4% of the state's population, making it the largest ethnicity in California. See? Pause the shit. Feel free to read it. This is in 2020. I'm trying to find this shit for 2025, but in 2020, it was 15 million Mexicans in the state of California. 15,579,652. And how many of those Mexicans do you think are legal residents, legal citizens? I'm not just having a motherfucker to be like, oh, legal this and you breaking the law, that shit. But nigga, it's getting out of fucking hand where everywhere you go it's Mexicans and they don't speak no English and they're all racist as fuck. What the fuck? And we're just supposed to deal with this shit? And you wonder why Trump is deporting these motherfuckers? I can't go nowhere in the country and just use their resources. You know what I'm saying? I can't go nowhere in the country and use their resources without a passport, without all this shit. Just pop up, okay, yeah, because I'm over here in the United States, $1 is just $1, but over here in France or wherever, it's $1 is $7. So I'm gonna go over here to France and I'm gonna run it up and send money back to my country. And then when I get caught, I'm gonna get the protesting and setting cars on fire in that country. What the fuck? Literally, y'all. Literally, what the fuck? You're not from this country. You get told that you have to go back to your country. You see your people getting snatched up for committing crimes. You have to go back to your country. Now you guys get to setting fucking cars on fire. When y'all see that y'all not getting the reaction y'all want, y'all gonna say that black people are doing the looting now. This nigga Donald Trump is seeming more and more right by the day as the days go on. This nigga Trump, the white man, Donald Trump, is seeming more and more right as the days go on. Cause these motherfuckers are looking like criminals, bro. Setting cars on fire? What is he telling y'all to do but just go back to your country? What is he telling y'all to do but just go back to your country, come back and do this shit the right way? We can't go nowhere on this fucking planet, in this country, in the United States without a passport. So what the fuck is Donald Trump really telling y'all to do but to just go back to your country and do this shit the right way? Do this shit the right way. You going to the 99-cent store, the Dollar Tree, you paying 99 cents for the item, that shit comes to $1.07. The extra 8 cents, that taxes is going to these motherfuckers. To the best of my knowledge, we paying taxes. You know what I'm saying? I could be wrong with that statement I just stated, but I'm saying though, we paying taxes and all that shit for these motherfuckers. And they say, what they say? Oh, fuck your country. You know what I'm saying? Fuck your country. I'm just here because the dollar is $2 or $3 over here compared to the to my country, Mexico. So I'm just here for your resources. Fuck your country. We gonna burn cars down, all the shit. All the shit, we racist to black people, all this shit. Besides us being the only motherfuckers on the planet that can take the sunlight naturally, we have to deal with all of these ignorant motherfuckers just fucking up the planet. burning cars, being racist, putting out all this negative energy. They have no soul. They don't know when they're doing some shit that's out of pocket. And my people have to deal with this shit. So I don't want to just make this video like a rant or nothing like that, but I'm telling y'all, if you do a crime, you're going to go to jail, bro. So for all the people that's feeling bad for these people getting snatched up and all that shit, if a motherfucker stole your son's bike and you see the motherfucker riding the bike, you're not going to grab him and you're not going to be like, oh, can you get off my bike? This is my son. You're going to snatch that motherfucker up and throw his ass off the bike. You might even whoop his ass. This is just for them, though. You know what I'm saying? This is for them. You might even want to whoop his ass. But for them, being an illegal immigrant in the country, and you being here for years and years, and you're just taking advantage of the country for its resources, and then the police arrest you, what the fuck is wrong with that? What is wrong with that? They've been doing that shit to black people for years. Racially profiling black people, pulling up on black people, snatching them out their cars and all that shit. They'll do that shit to black people. It's videos. I seen a video once. I ain't gonna be like, oh, I seen the video and that, but I'm saying it was a situation where it was a black man in the mall with his wife and his kids, and a fucking cop walked up to him and racially profiled him, snatched him and all that, and he was innocent, didn't even do shit in the country legally, taxpaying citizen. And you have motherfuckers that are here illegally getting snatched up and all that shit, and now they feel like they need to protest and jump on the police car and stop the police car from doing their fucking job. And this is the country that we're living in. What the fuck? And these motherfuckers are over here burning cars and all that shit, burning the American flag because they don't want to go back to their country. So they're over here fucking up this country. If you do a crime, you're going to go to fucking jail. And these motherfuckers are racist as fuck. It's fuck as fuck. Only way they're going to be cool with you is if you're being a nigga that they have seen in the media. You're being a nigga, you're vibrating low. You're doing the dumb shit, you gang making all that shit, because then they feel like, okay, this person's dumb. They're not smart. So they're not intimidated by you because they feel like you're dumb, you're gang banging, you're killing another motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be cool with you like that when you on that frequency. But if you're trying to walk in your essence, they're going to get intimidated by that shit and give you some racist ass vibes. Because they've been programmed with the whole world has been programmed with the media. Even a black man from Africa will come over here and think that black people are just ignorant and vibrating low. Because